everybody. Tiffany Justice here with another edition of Augusta Business Connection Spotlight. I'm one of your admins on the Augusta Business Connection page, as well as broker and owner of JT Realty. Today joining me is Kelly Carter. Kelly owns Cherons Bridal. She does Drop the Mic Productions, and she also does the I Do Girl.
Very good.
All the things,
All
girl.
the things.
All the things, girl. So before we get into all of that, tell me a little bit about yourself personally.
Oh, personally, let's see. Brooke and I have been married almost 11 years. Together, we have a combined total of 5 kids and a couple of bonus kids that we claim.
Nice.
We have the 8th grandchild on the way.
Oh, my.
Yes,
8.
8.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just having a great time doing life together and all the things. You know, my favorite time is summertime, so I'm waiting for that to open up and maybe out on the lake.
Absolutely, absolutely. But when do you find time to go to the lake, ma'am, running all these businesses?
Well, so typically I don't book weddings in July and August.
Okay.
I did this year, but typically I do not book July and August. It's too hot at these barns.
I'm
not trying to die. We're old.
No.
Now my other
It's a
DJs are running.
Right.
They do some weddings throughout July and August, but I take those 2 months to try to rebalance myself at the lake with, camping and cold beer and lake water and the boat.
Yeah, you got to have that work-life balance. Because if not, I think we all go insane.
I don't have it the other 10 months of the year.
Right, exactly. So then you're just grinding the other 10 months.
Exactly.
So starting with Cherons Bridal. So I had to ask you at the beginning of this, like, how do you pronounce it? Because you can either read it Cherons or Cherons, but you told me that there's a meaning behind the name.
Well, it's the previous owner's name.
Okay.
So Cheron went to school with me at Hepzibah High School.
Okay.
And just for a little while, and then she moved away. Well, her story took her to Tennessee, where she became a wedding planner, and she married a DJ, ironically. She had a very successful store in Hickson, Tennessee for many years, and thought she wanted to franchise. Had someone that was going to run it, and then that didn't kind of pan out. So she opened the store in Aiken, and she was going back and forth trying to keep both open. So about a year and a half into that, she called me, and that was not where my path was taking me at all. But it felt right. It literally just fell into place like I think it was supposed to.
Right.
So so currently it is Cherons Bridal, and it will stay that way.
Right.
And then hopefully within the next couple of years, it will be Delane & Co. Bridal.
Nice.
Which is my family name. And I'm a big component of doing family names for things and stuff like that. So it will be Delane & Co. Bridal.
That's interesting. So I didn't know you went to Hepzibah High School.
I went to Butler and Hepzibah.
Okay.
Don't hold it against me.
Okay, no, I don't. I went to Hepzibah, and yes, I didn't know you were at Hepzibah.
I graduated from there in 93.
Okay. Well, I was, 99.
You're a lot younger than me. But that's okay.
No, it was just funny. I was sitting there thinking in my head when you said Hepzibah, I was like, did I know her? Like, I was sitting here like, oh my gosh, did I know her?
Because of where I grew up in South Augusta, I went to Murphy Middle School.
Oh, yeah.
And then all my friends went to Josie. I went to Butler because I was right on the line.
Yes.
And so I kind of got thrown in with all the Seago kids that I didn't know. I didn't know many people when I went to Butler. And then I think a year and a half in, my parents bought property out in Hepzibah, and we started the process of building and all that stuff out there.
Right.
And then I think it was like 2 months into my junior year, I moved. I was like, I can't do this drive anymore. Because back then that was a long drive.
Yes.
And so I started going to Hepzibah and then graduated from there. So really and truly, it's weird because I know a little bit of everybody from all those 3 schools.
Yes.
But I wasn't there long enough to form those bonds like when you came from Seago to Butler, when you came from Murphy to Josie, and Hepzibah Middle to Hepzibah High, stuff like that. So, just I'm a little bit of a hodgepodge, a mutt of South Augusta.
Same with me. I grew up off Tobacco Road. I was zoned for Seago, and I said, absolutely not. I do not want to go there. So my grandma lived a little closer to Spirit Creek, so I went to Spirit Creek, and then I was zoned for Butler.
Didn't want to go there.
Didn't want to go there. And now I can tell it because you can't take my diploma back. But yeah, we did the whole address thing. Use someone else's address so I could go to Hepzibah. Because I don't know, in my opinion, I felt like I was closer on that side of Hepzibah, but because how the line ran,
Right.
And
that was back when they really did some crazy redistricting, with all of us.
Right,
So
exactly.
I get it. Yeah.
So crazy. So what happened first? Drop the Mic happened first, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So I was, Brooke and I got married in April of 2015. Brooke is a huge karaoke person. I'm along for the ride on that. So I don't go to sing. I go to hang out. We would go to the Mexican restaurants and all that. And we were at the Monterey's in Martinez. Shout out to where Drop the Mic was founded at. We were with Russ Snyder. And if anybody knows karaoke, they know Russ. And I was like, Brooke had sold a Pepperidge Farm route. And he wanted to open me up a hair salon. I was like, not a chance. There's not a chance. If I could do it out of the garage right now, I would do it. No, not going to happen.
Right.
So we're just sitting there, and I was like, why don't we buy some equipment and host karaoke? And he's like, have you lost your mind? Literally, that's been the defining question of our entire relationship. So I was like, you love doing karaoke. We could host it. We can have a good time. And, I love a good wedding.
Right.
We could DJ some weddings. He's like, there's not anybody that's going to hire us as a wedding DJ. And really and truly, it wasn't as mainstream marketing back then as it is now.
Right.
I'm not saying we cornered the market on it or anything like that, but I literally came out with a bang marketing, Drop the Mic. And I think being from all the 3 different schools,
that probably did help.
It helped because I knew a lot of people. Plus, I'd done so many years in hair. We just, between the two of us, we knew a lot of people. So it helped spread the word much faster with starting it up. And everybody was very supportive and all the things. So we started that. A couple of years later, we had some friends of ours that I'd actually set up. And then they were getting married. And they were going to get married out in Midville, Georgia. And couldn't find an officiant.
Okay.
So I became an officiant. And I've done about 150-ish ceremonies on that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do a lot of those. And then from there, it evolved into coordination, full planning, all the things. And so we just, we run strong with that.
Right.
Since then, and COVID's where I had to make the decision, do I continue hair? Do I continue juggling all this? What do I do?
Right.
So that's when I just decided to leave hair because all the stuff to go back to work was too much for me.
Right.
And I went full time with this and I haven't looked back.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. I mean, it all goes together though.
Yes.
That's the thing. I know when you and I talked, you're like, what should I do? Should I focus on one thing? No, all of it, because it all makes it one whole package.
It does.
And I know, like, I didn't have a big wedding. I went to gazebo weddings, and just called it a day.
The one in Aiken?
Yes.
It was for sale.
Yes, because Rudy died. The guy who was doing he was the officiant.
Oh, no.
He passed away a few years ago. And so I think his wife was just like, I think she just said, it's time.
Okay.
But yeah, so many people have gotten married there. And he passed away. And I said, man, that kind of stinks because it was really cool. If it did not rain, you got the gazebo. If it rained, they still had a backup plan.
I'd have had the money, girl. I'd have bought that in a skinny minute.
Girl, I know. It's beautiful.
The pink house would have been my boutique and the yellow house would have been
exactly, right?
Yes.
Exactly. All the things together,
All the
right?
things together, yes.
So yeah, I did gazebo weddings, but like I've had several friends who've gone through the whole wedding experience and, here's the caterer and here's the DJ and here's this and here's that. And I got to go get my wedding dress in. But if you have someone who can do at least a couple of those things together, it makes it a lot easier to say, hey, help me with this, and that, and knock that off my list.
Yes.
Because, man, the list of things to do is crazy.
And for, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, my clientele is 20 to 26.
Right.
I've had very few that were in the 20, 21, but I have.
Right.
So 20 to 26, most of them have never thrown a big party, much less
a wedding.
Yes. And, their parents that have been married for 25 plus years have no clue.
Right. Because everything was different back then
Whoa,
too.
was
right.
it?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's all different, So what this is probably a trick question, but what part of it is your favorite part?
Well, first and foremost, it's my connection with my brides.
Okay.
I will say till the cows come home that they were what keep me young. Because I'm with young girls all the time.
Yes.
And, just the fact that I start out as their wedding planner or wedding coordinator, whichever it may be.
Right.
And I become their crazy Aunt Kelly, and so that right there, that connection, because there are some of them that I still talk to, I'm still praying for them. I've watched them have kids and lose family members. And, Facebook is a wonderful thing, but it keeps us connected that way. And I, talk to them from time to time through text.
Right.
I've got one sweet little bride that it never fails. Every holiday she texts me.
Oh.
Every Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it doesn't matter.
How sweet.
And she got married 3 years ago, I think, something like that.
Right.
So we still, keep in contact. So that's probably my biggest. Now, my second favorite is wedding day.
Yes.
There's 2 moments. The witching hour, right before the ceremony, when I see my bride just relaxed. Because I know I've done my job.
Right, of course. She's not worried about it.
She's not worried.
Yep.
And then the other one is about an hour or two into the dance portion of the night when they're all just letting go and they're free and they're having a good time. I like to just step outside the venue and it's like I look in from the outside in just to see, because it's just they're just having such a good time, and I love seeing that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's a special moment.
It is.
And I can see how rewarding that could be and fulfilling.
Oh, yeah.
That could be.
Yes. And there's a lot of them that I'm just like boo-hooing because I don't want it to be over.
Aww.
There's those moments that you leave the weddings and sometimes you're crying because you're so exhausted and you're just so like, oh my gosh, what in the world happened there?
Right.
But then there's some that you're just like, I'm going to miss talking to her every day.
Right.
So it's kind of, you get really close. I mean, most of them I'm talking to for like 18 months.
Right. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you get to know these people very, very well.
Very well. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, when you go to hire your coordinator, planner, or your photographer.
Right.
Those are your 2 most intimate vendors.
Absolutely.
They are going to work the closest with you, not only throughout the process, but on wedding day. They are all up in your business.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've taken brides to the bathroom.
Yes.
I've undressed brides for the end of the night.
Right. all those buttons,
all the corsets,
all the things,
all the things. Yes.
All the things.
Yes. And so, those 2 vendors are going to be your, up in your family life, up in your relationship. I mean, we're like there neck and neck living life with you for, 12 months to a year and a half, something like that.
Right. Mm-hmm. So what's one of the challenges that you've had opening up your businesses? I mean, so I know it's different for everyone, but like, just for an example, like, I have a friend who was very self-conscious and not feeling good about herself being in a wedding dress, feeling like, this is not me. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course it's tradition, but you know what I mean? Like, I know there's that. I know that, all the things can go wrong.
Well, I'll start with drop the mic.
Okay.
To me, there was not a lot of challenges there. It almost felt too easy at times. Right. And I think that was because of how Brooke and I are pretty much social characters.
Right.
So it just kind of fell into place. Now, don't get me wrong. It did not just take off.
Right.
It was a couple of years of building. I think I had forgot about that.
Yeah.
When we took over Cherons.
Either that or you just already had the experience and you said, it's okay and I'll just take it how it goes, right?
Well, I think that I was naive.
Okay.
I think that I thought because I'd been in the wedding industry for so long that it would just be
like smooth as
natural.
butter. Yeah.
Like you've trusted me to run your weddings and, whether it's DJ or, coordination, whatever it may be, but you've trusted me and I've won all these awards and stuff like this, but then it comes over here and first of all, nobody really knew about it, even though it had been open. Second of all, people weren't connecting the dots. They weren't connecting, that this Kelly and this Kelly were the same Kelly doing all the things, because what crazy individual would do that to themselves, You.
Right.
And then once I got into the bridal world and I thought it was going to be very similar, it's not.
Right.
Bridal, as far as the gowns go, and weddings for going,
ups and downs, roller coaster, right?
Yes. And one of my biggest, I'm such an advocate for my bride, even like when we're wedding planning, that I have a hard time dialing that back when it's bridal appointment time. Yeah. Because people bring their families and their families are mean. And their families are
Yes.
very opinionated.
Oh, of course.
And I just want to take a spray bottle like a cat and spray them in the face when they say something ugly. I mean, it's bad. It's like, why do you do this? Why do you? I mean, yes, that's your mother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, whatever.
But why can't you be supportive?
Yes, and if they can't be, leave them at home.
Correct.
I mean, this is your day. This is about you.
Yes.
And so whenever you get into a dress, well, no matter what the fabric, the cut, whatever it is, I want you to feel comfortable and confident in it.
Right.
It does not matter what your venue is, where you're getting married at.
Right.
It doesn't matter any of that. It's how you feel in that dress.
Right.
That's the important thing.
Absolutely.
So, and don't tear the bride down before she has a minute to soak in what she looks like in this dress.
Right. Exactly.
It might not be the right dress for her, and that's fine.
Right.
But don't be like, oh my gosh, you look like you're wearing a tablecloth. Because that is a legit comment that has been said.
I'm sure it has. Oh, no.
Yes.
I've watched, and I know TV's made for TV. I get that. But you know, back in the day when they were doing these, like,
say yes to the dress.
Yes, all those things.
But it's real life.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Sometimes people can be very harsh.
They're awful.
Sometimes your family is the worst.
Oh, they are. They are. I tell people all the time, I would rather do a wedding for people who have no idea. I don't know them.
Right.
Than people that I know.
Yeah.
Because they're, they listen to me better when they don't know me. They're like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
But if they know me, it's just Kelly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think you and I've told you about this. I got ordained also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it for a business.
I mean, I could pimp you out.
I know, but you know what? I'm not doing it for a business. I actually did it as a joke to a friend. I made a friend, and we were at a company meeting, and her, which is now her husband, first, it was the first date. He's coming to pick her up. And she's like, oh my God, he's here. Like, this is the first date for her. And they have been talking on the phone. And so she sees him come up, and I go up, and I'm like, well, because we have a company meeting. So I was like, I go up to this gate and was like, can I help you? Like, because I like to mess with people sometimes. No. And he's like, I'm here to pick up such and such. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, what are your intentions with my friend? Just giving him all this like hard time. But he was such a great sport. He gave it right back to me. Oh. So then I was like, I turned around. I was like, okay, I guess you can go out on a date with him because this is really cool. So ever since then, he was just kind of like, she's, kind of out there. Like, he liked me, but like, he was just like, she's kind of out there. So she had already set a date to get married. Her officiant got COVID. And then she had called me and was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully he has someone else to back him up, this, that, and the third. And I was like, no worries. And I didn't say nothing. And I just went on there and got her date, and I sent them the certificate. I was like, I'm ready. And I know he was like, no. I know he was probably like, oh, heck no, we're not having her do this. But it was just the fun part of me saying, hey, I can do this. And, they quickly found someone to take his place. However, as I was telling that story to another friend, they were like, oh, and this friend I've known for much, much longer than the other. And they were like, no, you're going to marry. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
You're right.
I'm not doing it. They're like, no, you got to. It's just like, you got to. You've been here for my whole story. You got to. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. It's not. But I was sitting there like, okay, you're in front of all these people. And then you're supposed to say these inspirational things and all these like great things. I mean, luckily they let me have creative freedom with what I said. So I made it, they wanted it to be funny, short and sweet and simple. Said, okay. So I did it. So then, again, I'm telling this story to someone else later on. It just keeps on snowballing. Yes, and it kept snowballing. So I'm up to this weekend will be my third couple. All
right. That's all. Where is it at?
It is here locally. I can't remember the name of the venue, but they have like, it's in South Augusta. It's got the goats and it's on a farm. I don't know. Anyway.
The one on Kissenbauer?
Maybe. Is that, what is it called?
Back to Nature Garden Center?
Yes, that one. Okay, so that one. So I'm doing that this Saturday.
Okay.
And it's actually, I met her as a client and then have done several transactions with them. And so she's like, you got to.
That's
and I'm
awesome.
like, okay, all right, I'll do it again. So it is a lot of fun. It is a little nerve-wracking.
Oh, well, it's coming clutch for me.
Yeah.
The couple I was just telling you about that still text me.
Yeah.
I had them lined up.
Mm-hmm.
The uncle, I believe, was who was supposed to be in charge of securing the minister.
Mm-hmm.
I now have PTSD from this, and I'll tell you, you'll understand why. We're at Pine Knoll.
Mm-hmm.
We are walking from the cabins across the street to the chapel.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the uncle going, where is my minister? It's 5 minutes till. It's 5 minutes till ceremony time. He finally gets the minister on the phone. He wrote down the wrong time.
Oh, no. So you ended up
So the bride's still at the bridal suite with her dad coming down horse and buggy.
Oh, my God.
And so they look at me and they're like, what are we going to do? And I'm like, I'm fixing to marry him.
Yes.
So I handed Mom's best friend my Bible is what I call it, my timeline. I'm like, this is what I want you to do, X, Y, Z.
Right.
Because I'm a stickler for my ceremony starting on time. Everything else can be done whenever it gets done, but my ceremony time is going to start on time.
Mm-hmm.
And so normally I'm dressed, like I have on a gown for this, and I had on slacks and a shrug, and I was dressed to coordinate, not to officiate. But I went on down and done it, and it was a hot mess. But they are married. I mean, it was a hot mess because they were sending me screenshots of what his script was.
Right.
But it was coming through all
yes. There was
so
no
I just had to wing
order.
it. Yeah. And I got down there and I told everybody, I was like, look, I've done these, but I've never done one on the fly like this. So we fixing to go for a ride. And we did.
There you go. Hey, I think that's
and
awesome.
When she walked in the door, I think her dad somebody told her, I think the best friend, she's like, when you open these doors, Kelly's going to be standing over there. She was like, okay. She said she had me.
Right.
And I said I did.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's what means all the difference.
Yes.
When your client puts that faith and trust.
Exactly.
And just says, okay, she's got this.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, that's like the best. That's the best compliment ever.
It is. Oh, yes, for sure. Yes.
So.
I've had some doubt me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The dads are the ones that really, they find funny because I had one that really doubted me.
Yeah.
And then he called me a week later and he's like, you did a great job. And I was like, thanks.
This is what I do.
Yeah, I kind of do this for a living now. I hope I'm doing good at it.
Exactly.
I hope it's just not a fad.
Right, exactly. So are any of your other family members involved in, besides your husband, obviously, he does a lot of, with you, but like, I know you said you have 5 children combined, you have 8 their 8 grandchildren are probably younger, obviously. But what I'm saying is is anybody else involved?
Ironically, most of the kids want nothing to do with the wedding industry.
Until they want to get married.
Well, they're all married now.
Oh, they are.
All of them are married now, thank the Lord. Now, my 2 sons have worked for me from time to time doing things. And when I put on my expo, they're the voluntold. They get voluntold to do all kinds of things. And they're very good. All the kids are very good spirited about when they're voluntold. Now, my mini-me, which is Lauren, she's connected. I won't go into all that detail, but she's literally, I tell her mom all the time that she birthed her to be my child.
Right.
Because she is just like me. So she's with me on a lot of weddings. She's been with me since before Brooke and I got married. She helped me plan mine and Brooke's wedding.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. So she's the mother of my grandchildren. Like I said, bonus child. She's one of them. And then, some of them helped out along the way, but mainly it's the 2 other DJs is Wade Kehoe and Nick Campbell. And then they're of course not related. And then I have other assistants that help out and they're not related. But
gotcha.
So Lauren's probably the closest without being blood related, being related.
Gotcha.
But other than that, no. Now, my oldest son is ordained.
Okay.
So he's done some weddings for me, but he's his schedule's very limited. Both of them's schedule's very limited to help me out these days. So
Gotcha.
So it's just more of me finding other folks that fit in. I'm very particular.
Yes.
It is a brand thing for me.
You gotta be when you're creating that trust and respect and.
Well, when Brooke and I started it, we have an agreement. It doesn't matter what happens prior to wedding day, we have to be there.
Yes.
So if I get in a car accident on the way there, my assistant for the day has all the information and can run with it.
Right.
Yes, it will upset the bride, I'm sure, but her wedding is going to go off without a hitch. And the same way with Brooke. If something has to happen to Brooke, that's one of the reasons I network like I do.
Yes.
So that I can find somebody to, if push comes to shove, somebody come help me set up the equipment, I could possibly get through it. You don't want me to, but I could get through it. As far as the DJ side goes, but more than likely I would find somebody to come help us out.
Right.
But that's just always been us. We will never not show.
Right.
And it flies all over me. I'm probably going to get red in the face when I talk about this. Vendors that don't communicate and or that no show or ghost or any of that kind of stuff. Because these kids, I say kids because I'm so old, but this is the first big, huge thing. And when you're spending anywhere from $30,000 to $80,000 on a one day, and for you just to bail like that, it just flies all over me.
Right.
So I think with us building our reputation the way we did, bringing on people to do business with us, it was very hard for me at first. Matter of fact, Nick was the first one, and I made him audition at my son's wedding. I made him.
There you go.
I was like, I've got to see
perfect.
it. Yeah, I said, I've got to see you.
Yeah.
And then Wade came so highly recommended, and he's just my little favorite person now.
Right.
He might as well be a bonus child, but I had to be able to trust them.
Right.
And that's hard for a type A person like myself to do. Just like with the bridal boutique right now, I'm a one-woman show, which is why I'm by appointment.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm going to have to find somebody that can fit in like a glove and help me out, because I cannot be in all the places at one time. And I want to continue weddings.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to find somebody for Friday, Saturday help.
And that's very hard.
Yes.
We were talking to someone the other day that said something about when you figure out how to clone people. And I was like, no, when you figure it out, because I'd like to clone myself about 5 times.
Right.
And it's hard.
Yes. It's hard to relinquish some of that. You've got to, it's a huge trust factor. Not just with someone else's, it's not just someone else's day, it's their biggest day.
Correct.
And it's my business. It's my brand. It's my name. Because on all these businesses now, forever, is Kelly Carter.
Yes.
Yes, Brooke and I started it.
Yes.
But people, because I'm the one that talks to everybody.
Correct.
You're
the
Carter.
face of it.
Yes.
There's all these people that are doing the things to help you, but you're the face.
Yes.
I get that. I get that. It is, the brokerage is the same thing for me. And, I'm very, very thankful to have the agents that I do. Every single one of them, I love them to death, and they're great people. And
but you probably went through a few before you got to that level of
one of those
comfort.
things. Yeah. And I mean, but then, I go into other aspects of it, because obviously the brokerage isn't the only business I have either. So, I'm running the 3 business irons and all the fires kind of thing too.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard because and then also too, the networking thing. So I always preach to everybody, networking is your biggest, it is. And you know that, know it is.
I'm the same way.
It is. Yes.
Well, especially in our industry, and I'm sure there's a little slice of this in your business, but the competition.
Yep.
I will tell you now, and I will say it loud and proud, 10 toes down. I am not in competition with any other planner coordinator in Augusta, Georgia, or anywhere else.
Correct.
I'm in competition with who I was yesterday.
Right.
The person I was yesterday, the business owner I was yesterday. I'm never going to slight another coordinator. I have a list of coordinators in my phone. When I'm booked, I refer them to them because why not?
Right. Exactly. In hopes that they would also keep you in mind later on too. And that's it. You set yourself apart by the care that you put into your people.
I hope so.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
So, but I always hear great things about you, and that's not to inflate your head or anything. It's, but when, anytime I refer you, I have no doubts. I'm like, oh, call Kelly. There's no doubts.
Good.
Because you know how it is.
I do.
When you refer someone, that's your name too.
That's why my list is very selective.
That's right. And that's why, you can't just refer Joe Blow down the road.
And I won't.
Correct.
Yes.
And that's why networking is so important for all business owners,
yes.
especially small business owners. We don't have all these, corporate people who are going to just save us when things go wrong and throw more money into it. We got to cherish that baby and make it grow.
And people ask me why I come to like your networking event, because I do have a wedding vendor networking event. But you never know who you're going to meet where.
You never know who you're going to need.
Right. I was handing out my cards at the last one, and they were kind of pushing them off to the side. And I'm like, y'all don't have to get married to take my information.
Correct. Right.
You never know.
Right.
You know, I have formal gowns. I have suits and tuxedos.
Yes, you never know.
I have DJs that can do your parties.
Right.
I mean,
you got kids, you got family members, you don't know.
Yes.
And that's why I always say to come to these, just because I don't need, a roofer right now doesn't mean I won't need a roofer. Just because I don't need a bridal gown doesn't mean that one day someone that I know, my daughter, my cousin, my nephews and nieces, like they might need that.
Of course.
And that's, that's the biggest thing.
You put a face with a name.
Correct.
And,
and a personality. And then the personality builds trust. Why are you going to sit there and go, oh, you should just call ABC Company?
Right.
You don't know ABC Company. They don't give two shakes of a lamb's tail about you.
Right, exactly.
So during the hurricane.
Oh, my gosh.
How did that affect?
That was worse than COVID.
Really?
That was worse than COVID. Yeah. I mean, COVID rocked my world in one aspect because it shut everything. I was doing hair, doing weddings. Everything went crashing down. But the hurricane was not being able to communicate. And what a lot of people don't know, because I was about to lose my mind on people on Facebook. I had to be careful with Facebook. There were people that only lost power for a couple of days.
Yeah, but then there were people out for weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah. My house was out. My personal home was out for 6 weeks.
Jesus.
And I was still working weddings.
Wow.
Right. By the grace of God, I have a gas water heater.
Oh, same.
So I could take a shower.
Yeah.
But I have fur babies. I didn't want to go to a hotel or anything like that. So we were at our house. And I can remember I was staying at Pine Knoll Farms when I got the call from the electric company that it was being turned back on. And then I got a call immediately after saying, sorry, no, it's not. And I was just in tears. I'm trying to get all this going with the wedding. And then I've got all this going on at home. But not only that, I mean, thankfully only had one wedding and it was the weekend of.
Oh my God.
That got displaced.
Wow.
We moved her to, it was either March or May the following year. And she had to move complete venues. Like her venues, I don't even know if I think it's back up and running now, but it wasn't for like the first year.
Right.
It's the Points West.
Yeah.
They got some damage out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, but we completely moved her date and her, and it was awful. I mean, I had to, because my cell service was so horrible. I was driving around Augusta trying to find service. And when I did get her on the phone, I would literally just pull into a parking lot and sit. And we're just crying on the phone with each other.
Correct.
Because there's nothing I can do.
Right.
There's literally nothing I can do for her. And that is the worst feeling for me.
That is.
Any other time I can solve all your problems, I can tell you how to tell off your Aunt Sally and tell her that kids ain't coming to your wedding. But but a hurricane, I couldn't. And plus, I've got my own personal stuff going on. My mom had several trees through her house. It took 2 days to dig her out of her property. Wow. My son lost his home. My other son's house got some damage, but nothing bad. But they didn't have any power with my youngest granddaughter. And another kid had a tree on the house, and another kid had trees on the house. I mean, we're trying to figure all this out and maintain business.
And you smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave, Penguins of Madagascar.
I remember we went to Lowe's a couple of days after it happened. Chainsaw oil or whatever it was we was trying to get. And I saw one of my preferred caterers. And she was like, "Hey, Kelly Carter." I fell to pieces. I just started crying because just to see somebody and know that they were okay, because I hadn't been able to check in with everybody. And she was like, "Girl, we're going to get through this." And I'm like, "I know, but I don't know how."
Right, exactly.
That was devastating around here.
It is very.
And, family members that didn't live here, because nobody said anything about Augusta.
Right.
And the news didn't report on Augusta. We're just a little redheaded stepchild that's only good 1 week of the year. Correct. But I remember my uncle made some smart comment on Facebook, and I chewed him out. I'm like, "You have no idea what's going on."
I know, right? Exactly.
He's like, "I didn't see anything on the news." I'm like, "Well, maybe you should check in with your sister."
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Her neighbors just dug her out of her house.
Correct.
So.
Oh my gosh. Yes. That was definitely a challenge.
Yes.
But
I can imagine on your side. Oh my goodness, the house is on the market and all the things.
I can, yes. Oh yeah. Sellers disclosures had to be updated very promptly. Now we've had roof damage from this, or the siding came off because of Helene. Yeah, crazy, but not in that kind of aspect. I think the biggest thing for us was like people who had closings that were scheduled. Everybody's like, okay, the lawyer's officers are like, we're not opening, and we can open by XYZ. And everybody's like, what do we do with the contracts? Because we can't get online. We can't extend a contract, but technically our contract is null and void as of today. It was one of those things that, you don't plan for because nobody ever thinks
that we're going to get hit by a hurricane.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, if you lived in like Hurricane Alley or Florida or something like that,
not Augusta, Georgia.
There was probably some stipulations in that. But, we're sitting all here going like, okay, well, we were taking turns going up to Home Depot and Lowe's because that's the only place you could get actual internet service.
Same.
Right.
I was sitting in rooms to go parking lot.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. All the things. And we were just taking turns. On the flip side of all that, though, so weird having everybody back to when I've lived in my neighborhood for 21 years. When I first moved there, there was no GPS in your car. It was, you had to buy a TomTom or one of those really expensive.
Or MapQuest and print it out
MapQuest,
like a pirate.
Oh, yes. Printing out all the pages and you lose a page and then you're screwed.
You're right.
For sure. I bought my first house 21 years. Well, it was my second house 21 years ago, and we're in Ivy Falls. And at that time, there was 200 houses there. Of course, now it's 1,500.
Right.
But I remember calling my real estate agent and being like, "Hi, how do I get to my house again?" And she's like, "Tiffany, you got to learn. You got to learn." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I have no idea."
Right.
And so. But the people were walking their dogs. The kids were outside playing together. Man, no power, worried about your food running out, no gas,
people
all
cooking
these things.
People cooking for neighbors.
Correct.
Just so the food wouldn't spoil.
But here we are. This technology got taken away. We could not do anything. Oh my gosh. How calming that was just unfathomable.
Ish.
Yes.
Double-edged sword.
I get it. No, I still was worried, but I have that mentality. If I physically can't do anything about it, I got to let it go.
I just adopted that last year.
You got to.
Yes.
As a small business owner, you have to.
As
you
a small
can't
business
control
owner and a parent.
Everything. Yeah,
too.
that too. That too. You can't, and I think that's probably one of the biggest lessons that I've learned being a small business owner is if you physically can't do anything about it. Now, when you've exhausted all the things that you could physically possibly do, then why worry about it? How can you
it's in the
torture?
Lord's hands. I can't help you.
Yes, exactly. How do you torture yourself? But I used to do it too.
Oh yeah.
I used to do it too. And then it just, I don't know, it was like a light bulb. Like you can't. What do you do?
Yeah, nothing. There's no,
Right. So now you're sitting here worried and upset and feeling like you got bugs in your stomach for no reason because you can't do anything. So say all that to say, if someone was to come to you, I mean, obviously it doesn't have to even be the same line of work that you do. If I was to come to you and say, Kelly, what would be your best advice to me as a small business owner? What advice would you give to me?
Every client is not for you and you are not for every client.
Okay.
I learned that about year 2. Because I used to take it, and sometimes I still do, but I took it very personally.
Right.
Like, why didn't they call me? And I still do at certain times, depending on the relationship with the person. If it's just an acquaintance, I don't think nothing about it. But I still kind of get my feelings hurt a little bit. But then I also have to step back and think, there's a reason I'm being protected from that situation.
That's right.
So that was probably the biggest thing, learning that and adapting to that. And, it's hard to not take things personally when this is personal. This is my livelihood. Right. It's not just a hobby. Like, I mean, we still have people that don't know us that well. Right. I had a lady come up to me in Walmart that hadn't seen us in, 5 or 6 years. She used to bowl with Brooke. Yeah. And she was like, "So how's that little side thing y'all had going on with the DJ business? Or y'all was out DJing parties and stuff." And I'm like, "It's great. It's doing really good.
Not so little anymore."
Yeah. I mean, but just learning that, that's going to be a big thing. Like you really just can't You can't overthink it.
Right.
The business that is made for you is going to come to you.
Correct.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you just have to keep doing what you know is best for you and your business.
Right. Right.
And they'll fall in where they're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So you already kind of threw in some hints that in the future we're going Delane and Company.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that.
It's hard because I'm still in such a baby stage with the boutique. It's hard right now to see what the path is going to be.
Gotcha.
What I would like,
Mm-hmm.
I would like a 2,000 square foot store that is got formals, bridal, and quinceañeras.
Oh, yes.
That's something that I think our area really needs.
Oh, absolutely.
I need to learn Spanish. I asked Mito if he would help me out.
Yes.
Him and Patty going to have to give me lessons.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Yeah.
But that's kind of where I would like it to go.
Yes.
Now, Aiken would like me to stay there. I don't want to come to Augusta. I think there's enough in Augusta.
Okay.
If I got out of South Carolina, I would go more up I-20.
Okay.
I don't want to be in the heart of the city.
Okay.
There's enough in here, and they're climbing all over the top of each other. I want to stand out differently than, to me, bridal's always going to be a destination.
Right.
Once you build your reputation and build your name and things like that, they'll drive. I mean,
there's
many examples of that.
Yeah, there's definitely because people, you see people on Facebook go, oh, I've shopped every place here, blah, blah, blah. People are like, oh, go to Atlanta, go to Charlotte, go to this, go to that, Columbia, whatever,
Unfortunately, those poor brides are just blind, white blind at that point. I mean, they don't know. I had a girl come in. She had been I was her 9th bridal shop.
Jesus.
And she was literally walking around and pointing out little pieces of each dress that she liked and didn't like. And I said, you've seen too many at this point.
That's right.
You can't get out of your own way.
Mm-mm.
You need to go custom.
Right.
Because, when it boils down to it, there's five silhouettes.
Yes.
The difference is lace, beading, plain, classic material,
Ivory or cream.
Yeah. I mean, we're not reinventing wheel here.
Yeah, exactly. Or champagne. Sorry, not cream. But yes. Yeah.
Ivory, white, champagne, blush, you got but just basically, once you find your silhouette, then you can go from there. And it amazes me when girls come in and show me 16 pictures off Pinterest and they walk out with something completely different.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like,
oh, yes. It happens with houses too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm like, you trust me? Just try this on real quick for me. Just humor me.
Yes,
I just want to see it on a body.
It takes 5 minutes.
Yeah. And so then they're like,
yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Exactly.
And there's nothing. They're like, this is not what I thought I wanted. And I'm like, right. So, I really don't know what the future on that is.
Right.
I'm eager to see. I just haven't been able to get that vision in yet.
Right.
I mean, I really was not planning on a bridal boutique. I was going for a venue. I just went to the bank and talked to them, but the interest rates were insane. And because this was early 24, and I was like, I ain't doing that right now.
Right.
Like maybe down the road, but yeah, Brooke and I have always wanted a venue, and that was where we were headed.
Yeah.
Now we just made a little detour. We'll see. I mean, it's been very rewarding.
Right.
It's probably been the hardest thing I've ever done. The overhead and the brick and mortar life is very different.
Yes.
It's, and being a one woman island, it is very lonely.
Oh yeah.
I can go home and talk to Brooke about it, but he's like, oh.
Yeah,
He's like, I don't know how to help you with this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't either.
But sometimes venting is just great, right?
Yes, I'm like, just let me talk.
Yeah.
Just let me talk. Because sometimes if I talk it out, I can, just talking to myself doesn't always help.
Right.
And I do that quite often, which is why I think I started that podcast. So I can talk to myself all the time.
Exactly, right? Exactly. No, I love that. That's so cute. What's the name of your podcast?
Unveiled and Unfiltered.
Unveiled and Unfiltered.
It's not the sugar-coated version of me that most people get.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people need They need a dose
I
of
think
reality.
this
Why?
whole
Yeah.
world needs a dose of reality.
Right, exactly. Right,
Yes.
right. We get all the sugar-coated things.
This is this is from the vendor point of view. This is from what we see and brides don't necessarily see.
Right.
And there'll be some little spicy segments sprinkled in there, some storytelling. I said years ago that I was going to write a book, and then Kevin Hart stole the book title, and so I refuse to write one now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What was?
I can't say it. It's got a
Okay,
word
don't
in
say it. Okay, never mind.
It's I can't make this up.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah. That was what
yeah.
I have been saying for years. That was going to be, and I was like, I'm not changing the names because y'all know what you did.
Right, exactly, right.
So this is the spicier side of what we do, and I've got I've already had one interview come in. That'll be dropping this coming Wednesday. I've got some more lined up, and I'm just going to start stockpiling them, kind of like you do, and try to drop every Wednesday. And when I need to fill in, I'll just do my own. And,
there you go.
And talk to myself for an hour.
Right. Where do you drop these on Facebook or?
Right now, I'm just dropping them on Spotify.
Okay, Spotify. Okay.
Yeah. So until I can get. I'm not of the Apple world. I don't do Crapple products.
Yeah.
So I haven't figured that part out yet.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, you need to do it with the cameras and this, that. I'm like, well, when I get there and buy the equipment, maybe.
Right.
I'm like, but y'all don't need to see my face all the time.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I look like. You know what I look
y'all
like.
know what face I'm making when I'm talking. So if you know me, you do
yes,
anyway.
Exactly.
And somebody said, I want to see those eye rolls. I'm like,
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
And then my mother-in-law listened, and I was like, oh gosh. What did I say in that I wasn't supposed to say?
As long as you didn't say nothing about her, I think it's fine.
And then my grandson called me. He's like, Gigi, I'm listening to you on the podcast. I'm
they're
like,
okay, don't talk about no family now.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's no longer my podcast.
Right,
no,
it's out there now.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. That's really cool. So what is something that you want people to know about all of your company? Just a general blanket thing.
Probably that we're going to be there. Hell or high water, we're going to be there. Like we're the company that puts 100% heart into everything we do. We're not the cheapest. We're not the most expensive. But I promise you, with every review I've ever had or every thank you card I've ever gotten, they've been like over and beyond pleased with the work we did. Yes, worth every dime. And when I love when people put our name out there and refer us. It's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But to see my
best.
brides and their moms and stuff like that, put it out there, that's like, wow. It just makes you feel really good. Because we do. Every wedding is different, and we put it out there. We give it all we've got on Saturday or whatever day it is.
Yes.
I got a Monday wedding coming up. So, but whatever day it is, we're going to give you everything we've got that day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I know your next business.
What?
I've already created it for you.
Have you? Okay, tell me.
Photography.
Okay.
He said, no, right?
Years ago, I dabbled in photography.
Okay.
And then this past fall, do you know Whitney with High Cotton Photography? She let me tag along.
Okay.
I'm not as good as I thought on that. Like, I'm too much of a doer.
Okay.
I'm too hands-on.
Okay.
So you can't do that with the camera in your hand. Not them big old heavy things.
No, you can't. You can't.
So I think I'm much better suited for the behind-the-scenes girl, the girl making it happen. I want to make the magic happen.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's my thing. Whether it's in the boutique or at the wedding, I want to make the magic happen.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm the fairy godmother or fairy gown mother, whichever one you're calling.
The fairy gown mother. I like that. That's cute. That's cute. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to talk about before we end our
you
conversation.
Look very
here.
mischievous right now.
No,
Go ahead.
it's not bad.
Okay.
You do the bridal boxes.
Oh, they're our new elevated experience.
Yes.
So
tell me about that.
That was a little brainchild of mine. I wanted to offer an elevated upgrade experience. It's a 2-hour appointment.
Okay.
So it's for the bride plus a certain amount of guests, and then there's another package for another certain amount. My shop's not that big. It's 1,200 square feet.
Right.
There's only so many people I can do in there. But I wanted it to be a time for the brides to take a moment to celebrate and people to celebrate them.
Right.
So we get a little charcuterie going. We've got personalized cookies from Humble Creations where it's got like their date and stuff like that on it, and it's done in their colors.
Right.
The box is from Augusta Made. It's a fairly new business, but her product is amazing.
Right.
And so inside the box is custom itself, so it's got their name and date and all that stuff on it. And then inside is like your wedding planning starting kit.
Nice.
So it's discounts from different vendors that are already participating. I feel like there's going to be more that come for this. It's just they couldn't I don't think they could see the concept. And then there's a couple little gifts from me, you know, stuff like that. But also with the appointment, they get all of that. Plus they get a discount on their dress, their veil, you know, all of the things that I do.
Right.
They get a discount on it.
Right.
So yes, it's a paid for experience that your aunt or your mother or your mother-in-law or somebody could buy for you, but you get it back.
Right. Absolutely.
Hands down, you get it back. It's not that much, just to cover my costs on things. And so we did our first one this weekend. We had done a Valentine giveaway and we had all these brides send their information in and it was a huge wedding package.
Right.
So they could win a free dress.
Oh, wow.
Or 50% off of a special order. But if it was an off-the-rack dress, they could win it for free. They get the free elevated experience. Discounts on Flower Girl, tuxedos, all that stuff. Then there was also a gift certificate from travel agency, a photo booth. I mean, just it was huge. It was like $4,000 worth of free.
Right.
So a girl named Tara won, and she came in this weekend, and so I got to have a lot of fun. And I will not post the dress until after until after her wedding. She's getting married at Sacred Heart. But if anybody's been in my shop, they will know what I'm talking about. She picked my favorite dress. It was a little like bittersweet for me because it is gorgeous, but I knew it was going to take the right person to put it on, and she put it on just lit up.
Oh, so awesome.
So yeah, we did that. I'll be posting pictures of that soon. So maybe the vendors will see more of what I'm trying to talk about. You know, again, it's me, my way of promoting other businesses that I love.
Right, absolutely.
You know, whether it's photographers or whether it's photo booths or caterers or whatever, I always love to promote, you know, the people that I think do a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
If they're not on my list, there's a reason.
Right. All right. So I'm a bride and I'm getting married.
Let's do it. Let's do a vow renewal.
I know, right? Probably
Curtis will probably kill me right now.
Like, no, I mean, shoot. Well, how long have we been married now? 23 years. We've been together since we were 15. So, I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So I call you and I say, hey, Kelly, guide me. So do you have like packages that not only include just the wedding dress, you know, like, okay, obviously I got to pick my wedding dress. Okay. But do you do like something that's like, okay, pick your wedding dress and then we got you, you know, the DJ, we've got you an officiant, all the things. Do you have something like that?
I don't offer a package like that. But what I do have is when they inquire, drop the mic in the I Do Girl, they get sent a brochure with all of our list of services on that side of things. Then when they book us, they automatically get, you know, their contract, email, invoice, all that kind of stuff. They automatically get a discount at Cherons.
Okay.
It's just a way, you know, for me to incorporate and give back. Weddings are expensive. I want to help you out.
Yeah.
So we do it that way. Now, I don't necessarily promote Drop the Mic in the I Do Girl at Cherons, but it winds up coming out.
It's got to. It all
it's
goes
hard,
together.
Yes. Well, it's hard for me to not ask you, you know, where are you getting married at?
Yeah.
Do you need any vendors? Do you need And I'm not necessarily promoting me.
Right.
I might be like, do you need a photographer? Just the other day, I had a girl come in. She booked her suits and tuxedos.
Right.
And I'm like, do you need anything? Is there anything I help you with? And she goes, I might need a photographer. And I said, she told me a little bit about her vibe. And I was like, here you go.
This is who it is.
I know who you need to go.
Exactly.
And that, because again, the personal aspect of
networking and knowing.
Yeah. And knowing what the brides need and things like that.
Absolutely.
So I don't try not to push it when I'm at Cherons. I really want to be focused in the moment of that.
Right.
But if they ask, you know.
Absolutely.
Yes, I will be there for you. You know, as long as I'm available.
Absolutely.
Because we're booking into 27.
Right.
You know, so.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Now, we've slowed down a little bit, but after COVID, girl, we was booking 3 years out. because everybody was trying to figure out where to go and how to do and all the things. It was crazy. I mean, we were banging for several years, and Bert looked at me. He's like, "You got to slow me down." That's when we got Wade and Nick and everything. He was like, "I can't do that. I can't do this many," because there was some weekends when we were doing 2 a weekend. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yes, 2023, I personally did 36 events, and the DJs did. It was around 118, 125, and all of those brides come through me. They don't none of them talk to any of the DJs until the day of.
Right, exactly, right.
Because I literally hand it to them on a silver platter. Here you go.
Here you go.
Go perform for me.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's the way I've always done it, and I take care of all of them. They're all my babies. So if they don't book me, then they just don't get to be a baby.
Exactly.
They don't get to be one of my girls.
That's it.
You just have no idea what kind of living you're missing out on.
That's right. So last thing I want to touch on. So we both have been Fake It to Make It. How was it?
Oh my gosh.
How was it? Fake It to Make It. If anybody doesn't know, Fake It to Make It is a lip sync challenge that's done for the
Safe Homes of Augusta.
Domestic violence. You have to get in front of
2,000 people.
Yeah, 2,000 people.
Yeah, it's sold out.
Thank you, goodness, that we don't see but 2 rows in front of us, because Lord, if I had seen all the people, I don't know what I would have done. Probably froze. But how was it for you?
So I will say that I'm very thankful for the relationships that I've made.
Yes.
The bonds that we have and the memories and stuff.
Yes.
Will I do it again? No.
Oh, but you were so good.
No.
Y'all did so good.
I've told them I'd be their MC.
Y'all did so good.
Because a lot of people don't know that I MC.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would totally be their MC.
Yet another thing that we did.
That's just one night. I couldn't. I don't think I could. Dedicate the time again to the. It was
a lot.
Yes, it was a lot. And Emily, we practiced a lot.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And which is fine, because I felt like when it came down to it, that made me feel better.
It needed to.
I went into this telling her I did not want to be out front.
And then look at you.
And then look at me.
And you did great.
And so when we did the Beetlejuice segment, and because I originally wasn't the front runner in that, but then I became the front runner. And then when we told them that's what the first one we wanted to do, we didn't know we were going to start the show.
You never know until like the day or two before.
Yeah, I was like, so not only am I out front, I stood behind that curtain because that MC kept talking. I was standing there for 10 minutes. I thought I was going to spill all my beans.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just standing there. I'm just like, stop talking.
Let's get it. Let's just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yes. So, but ironically, once that curtain came back and that spotlight hit, and that was it. I didn't see none of y'all.
No.
I didn't hear anybody. I was like, nobody cheered for us. I just couldn't hear y'all.
No, because you do. You go like, yes.
You just go blind to everything that's going on around you.
But looking back at the film and all that, like, yes, I agree.
I went back and looked when they sent us the link for the video footage, and because I'd saw some different phone videos, and I was like, oh my God, that's atrocious. But then when I saw the professional videos, I was like, okay, that wasn't how so bad. But then I was like, wow, because Catherine O'Hare, which was my character for Beetlejuice, died a week later.
Yes. Oh my God, I was so devastated about that. She was one of my favorite actresses.
And I love Schitt's Creek.
Yes, me too.
Yes,
me too.
And when I saw that, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
I know, right?
And then it's funny because the Super Bowl commercials had a ton of our music in it.
Yes.
I will never hear Backstreet Boys again the same, because every time I hear it, I want to go into dance.
Correct.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. And Bert just laughs at me because he'll be come on and I'm just like over there doing my thing.
Right, exactly. No, it never
it's stuck. It's ingrained.
Pussycat Dolls over here.
But we had the best choreographer. Her name was Ava. She's Davidson Fine Arts student. Precious. Absolutely adorable. She was rough. She was mean. She'd be like, if you want to win, do it again. And then she'd be like, Kelly, give me more hip action. I'm like, Ava, I'm going to throw the hip out. Girl.
You're going to take me to the hospital?
I'm like, you going to pick my big behind up off this floor? Because that's where I'm about to be. I mean, she was brutal, but she did a fantastic job. And we get to go see her in a couple of weeks in Greece.
Good.
So we're excited about that. So all 4 of us are going to go see her.
Nice.
Yes.
That's so awesome.
So we're definitely all bonded together. She's just precious.
That's awesome.
And I would not do it again.
Yeah. Well,
but it was fun. It was interesting. Yeah.
you can do it with me next year.
No. Are you going to do it next year?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
God.
I don't know.
Call me and I'll help you do your backside stuff. I don't want to be in it again.
No, I need you in there.
No. Emily's already said, she's like, they're going to ask you. I'm like,
They will.
No.
They will.
I'm like, no. I gave them, I sacrificed 3 people.
Yeah.
When they were asking, like,
sacrificial lamb.
the week of, they sent out this message and they was like, if you know anybody that might be interested, we've got some tickets and we can, get them in. I was like, oh. So I sent them 3 people and I sacrificed. I'm like, there's my contribution for next year. Don't call me. I had to close the shop for a week. I don't have time for that. I'm by myself. I don't have time to commit.
Unless they do it during the summer, right?
Oh, God, no, because I'm on a boat with a beer by then. You ain't doing that. You are not interrupting my summer.
Exactly.
But I mean, it was a good thing. It was during my slower season, but it's weird because my slow season is January, February for Drop the Mic and the I Do Girl.
Gotcha.
But for bridal,
it's still not.
Engagement is November, Thanksgiving
December,
to Valentine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, yeah. Valentine's Day. I forgot about that.
Yep. So it was starting to pick up at the boutique. And I was like, well, I'm just going to mark it all out.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It was fine. It was fun. It was good. I'm glad I done it. I'm glad it's over.
I think we all feel that way.
Jennifer, do not call me.
I know.
Susan, do not call me.
Tina, not
nobody,
you either.
No, Tina Marie. She was at my expo last year.
Yeah.
So she called me up. I hadn't even really met her good, and we had our expo at the Palmetto Terrace in North Augusta.
Yeah.
She was like, I think my dancers will be. I'm like, yes. So we had her dancers in our expo, providing all that. And it was just fantastic.
Absolutely.
I loved having them there.
Yes.
So she's a ball of energy. I hope that I can keep up that kind of energy.
Absolutely. Yes. I know.
Yes.
When do you do your expo at the same time every year?
So, so the very first year I did it out in Hepsburn, it was on a February. It was the coldest day. And the wind was blowing. My family told me, the Valentolds told me, never again will we help you. So this past year I did it in September. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that I was on the same weekend as Iron Man.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So it was still turned out good, but it was chaotic for everybody getting in. So when I called and set it up, it's going to be October 19th this year.
Okay.
And it's the only fall bridal expo in this area. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that it's going to have even more vendors this year.
Nice.
So we had 32 last year. So that's good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And we have some really great ones. I mean, they're very interesting. They're very engaging.
Right.
It's not just, everybody sitting in a chair when you walk by, because that drives me crazy. So I highly encourage no chairs.
Right. Yes. Yes. Keep it interesting.
Yes. Stand up. Come talk to your people.
Yes.
And I have a thing before where all the vendors have to come to a meet and greet.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So you
networking.
Can get to know. Networking.
Yep. So, I try to make it different every year and have a little different element to it. Last year we did the fashion show. And with all the brides and all my kids and grandkids were in that. Mm-hmm. That was interesting because little kids going to do what little kids are going to do.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Unpredictable.
So I had all my kids in their modeling dresses, and my 2 boys were modeling suits and tuxedos and all that stuff. And
so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. We had a good time, but it's always exhausting.
Oh, yeah.
We left there, went back to the shop, dropped everything, unloaded the trailer, and dropped all the stuff off. Bert goes, we're not doing this again. The very next morning, he was like, I think we need to go bigger. I'm like, you've lost your whole vibe.
But yesterday we weren't doing it.
Yesterday we weren't doing it. I'm like, but you want to go bigger.
Right.
I mean, he's like, well, you could do Columbia County, Grovetown exhibitions. Right. I'm like, it holds 75 vendors. 75 vendor spaces.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to do that. I don't know if I want to get that big. I like the intimate side of things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
well, sometimes growth, you can't help.
Not this year. Maybe later. Not this year. And everybody's like, oh, you can take on a partner. No, I can't. Do you know me? I cannot.
Right, exactly.
Brooke don't even have a say. He does. I'm serious.
Yeah. No. It's good. It's good. So before I wrap it up, anything else that you think we need to touch on?
Oh, Lord, that's an open-ended weird question.
I know.
Don't be mean in bridal appointments. Let the bride and groom have the day that they deserve and they won't.
Right. Be supportive.
Be supportive. RSVP to weddings.
Yes.
Stop being jerks.
Yes.
Or else bring a folding chair and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And your own BYOB.
Yes, definitely. And I guess as a word of caution to brides in the future, get some contracts.
Yes.
Make sure your vendors have contracts.
Correct.
Get you people that you can count on.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so much for doing
Thank
this
you for
interview with
having
me. If anybody needs any kind of bridal service, especially wedding gowns, DJ services, ordained minister services, wedding coordination, or anything else you can talk her into, because it seems like it's going to be an easy stretch for you guys, please give Kelly Carter a call.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.